We're back to the Total Tutor Show on the Total Education Network, TotalTutor.net for more information. Twitter, Total Tutor, Neil S. Haley, Facebook. The Beach Lifestyle Celebrity segment. Again, you can go to SimplyG.com as well. I wanted to welcome the program All-StarAll-NBA, soon to be Hall of Famer, in my belief, Tim Hardaway. Tim, thanks for calling.
Hey, no problem, man. Thank you for having me.
Well, I'm excited to talk to you. And for our audience out there, again, that might know your son more than yourself, just tell us a little bit about your background. And I remember playing all the way into playing video games with you on it. So I remember you very, very well. So go tell me about it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm from Chicago, Illinois. I went to Texas, El Paso, where the Bear used to coach at for about 35 years. The Bear, his name is Don Haskins. He was, if anybody's seen Glory Road, he started 5 black guys in 1966 to beat Kentucky, Adolph Rupp and Pat Riley's team, with starting all 5 black guys with Bobby Joe Hill and those guys. And but if you see Glory Road, you understand the story and how they won. But when Texas El Paso, got drafted by the Golden State Warriors 14 in 89. Then played with them for 6 years. Then got traded to the Miami Heat. Played with them 96 to 2001, 2002. And went to Dallas Mavericks, Indiana Pacers, Denver Nuggets. But I really don't count those teams because I only played half season with those teams. But, and then I just came back to Miami and just made a house here and started my second career and doing community service and community liaison and a scout for the Miami Heat. I go out and scout college games and some NBA games, but mostly college games.
Well, absolutely. It seems like you want to stay in the sport, and that's fantastic. And especially with your son's success at the University of Michigan, and now heading to the draft. I know you're busy as can be, which we talked about before. Now, Tim, what we have you on the show for is we highlight foundations and what athletes are doing to give back to the community. Can you tell me a little bit about your foundation and specifically why you started it?
Well, it's called the Tim Hardaway Foundation, Tim Hardaway Leadership Academy that we trying to head up here in Miami. When I was growing up, a lot of people gave back to me, made me, steered me in the right direction, made me understand. Go to school, get your education. If you need tutors, we have tutors. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to read. Don't be afraid to, go out here and just be confident about yourself. These kids today need a hug, need an arm around their shoulders, need to understand that they're loved, need to understand that we care about them and we want them to excel. And, and I want them to understand, everybody can't be a rapper. Everybody can't be a professional sports player. Everybody is not going to make it big right away. It takes time. And even if you're trying to become a professional athlete or a singer or a movie producer, it takes hard work. And whatever you do takes hard work. And we always reiterating to kids today that nothing is fast, nothing is easy. You got to work hard to get it, and hard work pays off. But you got to put in the time. If you're going to be a professional athlete, you got to put in that time. You got to go out there, and there's a lot of sweat, tears, heartache, pain, and whatever you do. So understand that and take that challenge, and look at it in the eye and look yourself in the eye and say, look, I'm going to become somebody, and go out there and do it. And, we cater to all types. We cater to people that need children. We cater to people that need to understand how to go to a job interview. We cater to families that, need to understand how to feed your kids, how to take care of your kids. Because a lot of these young people are having kids dead, and they're young themselves. They don't know how to be a parent. And we cater to that. We cater to everything that a young person or older person needs to understand how to get through life. And life is tough right now, and that's what the Tim Hardaway Foundation is about, and that's what the Tim Hardaway Leadership Academy is about.
So basically, Tim, what you're talking about specifically, you want to, through your experiences, through the mentors that you had and people that you modeled, you said, you know what, I want them to have the opportunities I had. I was successful. I became a successful athlete, professional athlete, and now business person in many ways and doing so many different things. You want them to have that skill set that you developed through your coaches from UTEP to before that you had the right mentors around you. You surrounded yourself with the right people to be successful. So you're taking this foundation and trying to teach those skills, it sounds like.
Exactly.
Well, absolutely. And I think it's so great that you're able to do that. And is this a national foundation, or are you pretty much a lot of your activities in one area?
Right now, it's just in one area, in the Miami area, south of downtown, south of University of Miami. I want to cater to those kids and those families because the Miami Heat and the Miami Dolphins and Miami the baseball team, they have Miami Marlins, and the Panthers. They focus. Their main focus is north of downtown. I'm south of downtown because I want to cater to these kids because they feel like they're being left behind, like the sports and the entertainment world don't want to come and give back to them and talk to them. And I want to come back and talk to them and make them understand that's not the case. We still love you, we still care about you, and we want you to excel in life. And that's what the Tim Hardaway Foundation is all about. And I have different people like Pitbull, Rick Ross, and some of the basketball guys, football guys. When I have functions, come out here and talk to the kids out south, and just make them feel good about themselves and that they be confident to go out there in this world and excel.
Well, I think that's fantastic to have those people because, again, they're just blown away. They say, wow, if they can make it, I can make it as well. And through the foundation and looking at also the academy that you talked about, teaching those skills is so important. But you really, to have a successful foundation, Tim, especially when we talk about how busy you have to be a great manager of an entire team to make sure it's successful. It can't just be done alone. For athletes listening out there that might want to do something like you did, you have to have a great team around you to be successful.
No question. You got to have a great team around me. Paul LaRoche, he heads up, helped me with my foundation, and he does a remarkable job with contacts, getting in touch with different people to help us out and to raise money for the Tim Hardaway Foundation. And then, we got other people that's around that help us out. So, but he's the main person that sweat, tears, heartache, goes out each and every day and wants everything to happen, more so than me. He saw my passion, now he's taking on my passion, and he wants it to happen, and to help these kids out and help these families out more so than me. And that was his passion too. And I hooked up with, you got to have the right people, like you said, around you. But you got to be lucky too to have the right people around you that want to help and have the same passion that you have too.
When you're talking about nonprofit organizations, Tim, that's the key, because a lot of times they aren't running it the right way. They're running it in specific ways just to keep the doors open, but it's not organized. You're not raising funds the way you need to, and it seems like your team is able to do that. And then you can bring in the great celebrities. You can create those great activities. But tell us a little bit about the academy now. Specifically, you were talking about all these different skill sets. Is it like a school, or is it just more about you go into schools to teach some of these skills?
Well, you know what? We have gone into schools and to teach these kids after school. It's like an after school program where we teach them about working out. We teach them about how to eat right, and we bring food in to feed them too. Because a lot of these kids, when they go home, they don't have food on the table for them to eat. Their parents are still out working, a second or a third job to make ends meet. So we feed them, We make sure, that they understand how to hygiene and how to take care of themselves, and make sure that, they're doing what they're supposed to do in the classroom, and make sure that they minds are right. They got so much anger in them. We teach them how to, what you can't be. What I want to say, what you can't do to help your mom and your parents out to get out of the situation that y'all in. You got to go to school, and you got to get your grades, and you got to respect the teachers, and you got to become somebody. That's what you can't help, what you're going through, but you can help other ways on trying to make it out and to make a difference for yourself. And that's what we try to teach these kids, how to prepare themselves for life. And that's what the academy is about. But we go into schools now, but we're trying to get a building where we can bust in these kids and have them in our different kids to interact with one another and to have. And it's not really school either. We help them with homework. We helping them with understanding about what the teacher is saying at school, and keep on them about reading. But it's more about understanding everything what you go through every day in life. That's what it's about. We're trying to get a facility where we can bust the kids to and have them ourselves instead of being at the school after school.
Well, how have the schools responded to your foundation by you reaching out to these communities? Have they been enthused by having this organization being involved? I'm sure that they're really excited to have a place, especially when you're telling me about kids that are not being fed. This is a great thing for them, and also to keep them off the streets in certain ways as well.
Correct. Keep them off the streets, put some food in their belly, nourish them, and make them understand that, that you got to keep moving, got to keep pushing, you got to keep going. And, the school board is receptive to it, and, they like what we're doing. They see we got a passion in it, and they see that we here to help the kids, and the kids are receptive to it, too. That we haven't had a kid that has, missed session or missed day. They've been there on time, attentive, ready, and eager to go, which is, it's a great tribute to the, like I said, the people that's helping us out, all the teachers that are helping us out, all the counselors that are helping us out, all the fitness people that are helping us out. That's a great tribute to them because they see our focus and where we want to take this mission to. And that's what it's about.
And I'm sure also they're happy, especially after your career with the Heat, that you've continued to stay in Miami and be involved in the foundation because, again, you were definitely a piece of the great Miami Heat teams. And for you to be there and you to be still involved in that community, I'm sure they're so excited because you're showing that you're giving back and you're showing your passion for Miami and especially helping these kids.
No question. I like giving back. I like seeing the smiles on the kids' faces. Not at the beginning, but at the end when they see that it's productive, when they see that it's working, when they see that that you open up their eyes and they thinking, that they go further with their education. They confident with themselves and they feel that they go out there and do anything. Now that's the most gratifying thing to me, to see that confidence and see that smile on their face as they ready to tackle something else and to ready to just really go forward in life.
Okay, so tell me some of the success stories, because you've had the foundation for a while, of one of the stories that has really touched your heart through your foundation.
Well, we just had a group of kids through the Leadership Academy that we went to a school. And we had I think about 12 to 15 kids, and for 6 weeks, and after the program was over with, they come up and just say thank you, thank you for caring, thank you for just being there for us, thank you, even the parents come up and say thank you because some of these are troubled kids, and since they've been in our program. They haven't been in the office. They've been respecting their teachers. They've been respecting their peers. They've been doing well in school. And they said, next year we want to come back and we want to continue the program. And that's what it's all about. I think about 3 years ago, we sent about 300 kids on a trip to different colleges around the state of Florida, and like right on the tip of Atlanta, and like all these kids didn't know that they would be able to go to college, and when they went to colleges and went and sat, this was during the summer, and sat in in a classroom with the professor talking, and they just walking around the seeing the dorm, seeing the administration building, seeing well, as we used to call it, the bookstore, but where all the people hang out at. They came back and said, I'm glad that my mom forced me to go on this trip, because I really didn't want to go on this trip, and I'm glad she forced me, and I'm glad that I went on this trip. And it was about, like I said, it was about 300-400 kids, and they come back and the gratifying stories, and it brings tears to your eyes. And they say, I thought I wasn't going to be able to go to college, but I see myself going to college and finishing college and getting me a degree and taking my life further and whatever I do. So that's some of the stories that we like to hear, that I like to see. I like to see it on the kid's face, and that's the gratifying stories that I like, and it makes me feel that I'm doing the right thing all the time.
Well, Tim, I think that's fantastic. What is your ultimate goal for the foundation? Where do you see it in the next 10 years? Where do you want to see it?
10 years, I just want to grow in the next 10 years and just help these kids out and have a Tim Hardaway Leadership Academy school where I can help these kids out and just make them understand, we love you all, we want you all to excel, but this is the way you have to excel, this is the way you have to go through life, and this is the way you have to, do your school and your classwork. And that's what I wanted to be about. It's all about helping the kids in the next 10 years. Like I said, I want to have a Leadership Academy school just to help these kids out and stick it for another 50 years when I'm gone, and have it to keep going.
Well, Tim, I hope I can help out in any way. I am my business partner and co-host, GJ Reynolds, who couldn't make the call. Basically, I'm on the board of Mission G, and what we do is one of our missions is feeding children. So if we can help out your foundation in any way, we have to touch base off air and see what we can do to help you out and feed. And we do a Feeding the Children program, so we'll talk to you about that. But also, when I'm out in Miami, maybe we'll connect when I'm out for the book fair in November. So let's just stay in touch.
Yeah. No, most definitely. Let's stay in touch, and let's, definitely when you come out here for the book fair, get together and just talk and just see what we can do to help the kids out. And that's a wonderful thing you all doing. Feeding the kids, man. I mean, it's great, because a lot of these kids, it's tough for them. It's very tough for them. So just to see a smile on their faces, man, it makes it all worthwhile.
Okay, so where can we find information on your foundation, Tim Hardaway, and also on you?
Well, Tim Hardaway Foundation, Tim Hardaway Leadership Academy. You go there, or you go to Tim Hardaway Foundation, and .com.
Okay.
And tells you a lot. Yeah, tells you a lot about me, and tells you a lot about the foundation and what we're doing with the Leadership Academy. And that's what it's all about, man. And I appreciate you having me on, getting the word out there to all your listeners. And that's what it's all about, spreading the word and seeing if everybody can help everybody to make a difference in this world.
Well, absolutely, Tim. And you have a Twitter as well for our listeners to tweet you out. What is the Twitter?
No, I don't have a Twitter.
You don't have a Twitter? I thought you had a Twitter. Okay.
No. I'm real basic. You know, I just like to be real basic. I go through my foundation emails and send back emails and go from there.
But I'm sure your son has a Twitter, right?
Oh, my son has a Twitter or a Facebook and Instagram and all that type of stuff. But I don't even see how they keep up with all that stuff. That's it. And then they got to keep up with other stuff that's not on that. So but I mean, they manage it, so I guess it's good for them.
Well, cool. Thanks for calling the program. Hope we connect in Miami, but I'll be in touch to try to get things started so we can help your foundation out by feeding the children and keep you on and bring you back sometime to talk about some more things. But best of luck to you, and especially the NBA draft. I know you're really excited about your son, and hopefully he gets to the right team and you can continue to follow his career. What an awesome thing you're doing and what you're doing for the foundation. So thanks for calling, Tim.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, take care, man. You're listening to the Total Tutor Show powered by the Beach Lifestyle Celebrity segment, and we'll be back in just a moment.